Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. It's Richie, and today I want to talk about DeAndre Hopkins because there are some rumors circulating around the Twitter space and the reporter world and the NFL world that the Jets could be interested in DeAndre Hopkins. So I want to open this up to a conversation with Jets fans. Would you guys want the New York Jets to go all in and get DeAndre Hopkins? Because we all know that the New York Jets were heavily interested in getting Odell Beckham Jr., and that simply fell through because we all know the reason by now. He wanted more money. He went to the Baltimore Ravens. The Jets were not going to give him around $15 million of guaranteed money, and it seems like the Jets are very interested in acquiring another weapon for Aaron Rodgers. Now, I personally don't think the wide receiver position is a gigantic need. I feel like it would be more of a luxury than anything to add a guy like Hopkins, even OBJ, but there are some little rumors circulating around the NFL world about the Jets potentially being interested in DeAndre Hopkins. So if you guys are just tuning into the show for the first time, do your boy a gigantic favor and hit that thumbs up button. We got a lot of fun coming your way here on today's show. We got R&R in the chat already hitting the like. Thank you, my man. Matthias is in the chat as well. Go. Sean says, let's do it. He's down. RKO, what's up, Jets faithful? RKO is here. Acknowledge me. What's up, man? Hopkins, yep. Love the hat. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate that. Snowball likes the hat, too. I appreciate you guys. Absolutely get him if he's released. So, for those guys that are not, plugged in and wondering what DeAndre Hopkins, what's going on with him, right? He's still under contract with the Arizona Cardinals. So, if the Jets wanted to get him right now, they'd have to trade for him. But I think that it's the most likely scenario that he's going to be released from the Arizona Cardinals, and then he would become a free agent. Now, that's the best case scenario because if the Jets do want to get DeAndre Hopkins, that would be ideal, right? Not giving up any draft picks. So let me know your thoughts right now in the chat. I'm going to make a poll so we can really hear from the people because that's what this is all about. Let's start a poll. Do you want the Jets to pursue DeAndre Hopkins? Let's see what the chat has to say. All right. Also, I tweaked a little settings in my StreamYard, so I'm hopeful that my audio sounds a little better because I noticed that it's not been working lately. So we'll find out. DeAndre says, I feel like it's the same thing with Odell. If we can pay for him, take him. If not, it's okay. The price might be too much, but if we can get him, we'll take him. I agree with that. When is they going to extend Q? Quinnen Williams will be extended, but there's no rush. Right now, the priority is finishing up the Aaron Rodgers trade. Right now, the priority is finishing up the free agent signings and trading for new players and, of course, the NFL draft. Quinnen Williams will be extended in the summer, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to happen now. Rico says, if what the Cardinals are asking for is reasonable and Hopkins is willing to restructure, so then yes, I'd love to have him end his career with the New York Jets. Bro, I mean, let's just put ourselves in a situation right here. Garrett Wilson, DeAndre Hopkins, Allen Lazard, McCole Hardman. With the assumption that Corey Davis is gone and Denzel Mims stays put. That would be pretty damn crazy. So my audio does sound off still. Seriously? I don't know what's going on with this. All right, I'm really hoping that it fixes itself. I've been trying to figure out the settings. It's worth a call. And he will most likely cost either just money or it'll be a Cook types trade. That's good to know. They said he won't show up to camp without the contract. You talking about Quinnen, Hennessy? I hear it fine. Okay, good. The issues with the audio is it kind of like goes in and out at times, and it sounds like I'm underwater. So let me know if that happens. It's good to know that some of you guys hear me fine because it's been frustrating me. I spent a lot of money on this new mic. I think it's a software issue, though, not the mic. Yeah, so my take on DeAndre Hopkins, it really depends on the price. It will be a luxury more than a necessity for him. But if you're talking about the New York Jets going all in, why not? So I do want to show you guys a report. It's not really a report. It's kind of just like something here. So Albert Breer, who is the writer for Sports Illustrated, he had a report this morning. He had a Q&A, and somebody asked him, do the Jets have any interest in a run at Hopkins after the Ravens' Odell Beckham Jr. trade? And this is what Albert Breer responded. Quote, Chris, I'd say yes, conditionally. That is, I think the Jets are going to do everything they can to go all in around Aaron Rodgers the way, say, the Buccaneers went all around Tom Brady over the past 3 years. But they'll try and do it with some intelligent restraint, like Tampa Bay did. The Odell Beckham Jr. case is a good one with which to illustrate that. The Jets were absolutely in on OBJ. They weren't in on him at $15 million for a single year. So that just brings a little perspective. Albert Breer, who is a very plugged-in reporter, he said that the Jets are going to be interested in Hopkins. And I think that it's more an assumption on his end, just because he's basically connecting the dots of, the Jets were interested in OBJ. Why wouldn't they not be interested in DeAndre Hopkins since they did not land OBJ? So I don't really think that this is telling us that, yes, the Jets are definitely pursuing DeAndre Hopkins. I think it's feeling like more like a clickbait thing. So I'm here to tell you guys, don't read too much into that. But if you want to click the link down below in the description to read it for yourself, feel free to do just that. Muttfile's in the chat. What's good, bro? If he's cut, 100% yes. Yeah, I agree. I think it really comes down to if he's cut or not. I'd prefer to sign him outright. I don't want to give up any draft picks. Unless the draft compensation is really cheap, like a 4th or 5th round pick, similar to the Brandon Cooks deal. Good day to you, Richie. Good day to you too, Montauk. Appreciate you tuning in. We absolutely need another wide receiver that could be number 1B to Garrett Wilson. God forbid Garrett Wilson misses any time. What does our wide receiver core look like at that point? So Allen Lazard, I feel like, has number 1 receiver experience just because he was with the Green Bay Packers last year and they kind of stunk in terms of personnel. I mean, Christian Watson kind of became their number 1 receiver down the line, but I agree. I think that they definitely need to add another receiver to the room. Bet it would make Aaron happy, and he'd be a seasoned pro in the room. But $19 million, I don't know. He said that he's willing to restructure, by the way. You're streaming the draft from home again with Jack this year. So, I announced this on my channel yesterday. But I am actually going to be live on my channel and on Bleacher Report for the NFL Draft, which is really exciting news. So I'm going to be live for the first 30 minutes of the first round on Bleacher Report, but I'll still simultaneously be live here on Jets Media as well. I don't know if Jack is joining me just yet, but that's what I'm doing for the NFL Draft. So you guys can tune into my stream for the NFL Draft. You can tune into Ryan's stream as well. There's going to be a lot of streams, I'm sure. Pete Alonso just went yard. Let's go, baby. I just saw that. I was watching the game right before I went live. Solo shot. Love to see that. New mic. Yes, I got a new mic, baby. Let's go. Should we go wide receiver in the 3rd round of the draft and pay cheap? Use the money on Quinnen and re-sign Quan. So the money that's going to go to Quinnen Williams is not going to affect the cap this year. The money that's going to go to Quinnen Williams is going to be down the line. That's what it comes down to. I love that you interact and respond to your fans. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate that. Without all you guys in the chat, I would not be here. So, of course, I got to interact with you folks. I love you all. Let's go Mets. You already know the vibes, baby. Shout out to Pete. Shout out to Big Pete. So let's get back into the conversation about DeAndre Hopkins. And guys, if you did not already, please do me a gigantic favor and simply hit that thumbs up button, guys. It really does help out the channel, helps out push this YouTube video out to the world, out to the YouTube algorithm. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are indeed new to the stream. We appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Let's get it going. So, should the Jets pursue DeAndre Hopkins? I really think that it comes down to if the Jets are going to go out there and look, we went live yesterday to talk about should they go to the draft and get a guy like JSN at pick number 13, or should they pivot their focus to a veteran? I kind of prefer, if they're going to get a new wide receiver, to get a guy like JSN just because it's cheaper and you have him for long term and you can develop him with Garrett Wilson, and that's going to be the duo for the foreseeable future, even with Allen Lazard. But if they're going all in and they're trying to win now, and we're trying to go crazy for a Super Bowl. Yeah, I said the word Super Bowl. I said it. I said the word Super Bowl. Yeah, we are going for that championship if we're getting Aaron Rodgers. And DeAndre Hopkins is a Super Bowl now move. So if you can get him for a conditional fifth or a cheap deal, or you bring him in free agency, you restructure that contract, you freaking do it. Because you give Aaron Rodgers basically 2 number 1 weapons, and DeAndre Hopkins and Garrett Wilson, we're on fire with that, folks. We're on fire with that. Do you like the idea of Quentin Johnson at 13 if JSN goes before us? I personally am not. I mean, I think he's going to be a really good football player in the league, but I don't think that he fits what the Jets are looking for at receiver. You know, JSN kind of fits exactly what we're looking for, a guy that can line up all over, outside, inside. Quentin Johnson, I know that he's a freak. He's a big boy, but I feel like Allen Lazard is kind of that already. So I prefer the Jets go elsewhere. Hopkins is a stud. He catches everything. How old is DeAndre Hopkins? I don't even know. Let's check. Let's find out together. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be 31 years old this year. So he's definitely a veteran. And you know what happened last time the Jets went out there and got a veteran at the end of his career? Yeah, it was Brandon Marshall. And he put up 14 touchdowns at 1,500 yards. Just saying. 4 number 1 weapons, Garrett Wilson, Hop, JSN, and Brees. Well, can you imagine that? They sign DeAndre Hopkins and they draft JSN? That's not going to happen, but we'll see. Can you imagine, though? We just need one of those two. We just need one of those two. I promise you on that. Sauce tweet. Me and D-Hop had a great talk when I was in Dallas last week. Oh, okay. So, Sauce Gardner just tweeted something. Let me put this on the screen. Sauce Gardner just tweeted, me and D-Hop had a great talk last week. Okay. Sauce is on his recruiting mode. Sauce is on his recruiting mode, folks. Look at this. Now, Sauce was also recruiting OBJ, and that fell through. But that's okay. We still want him to recruit, right? What's your guys' thoughts of Sauce getting in on the recruitment? I would love L. Fitz take on D-Hop. Hey, Richie, Jets fan for over 50 years, feeling optimistic about this coming season. Go Jets, go Rodgers. Thanks for tuning in, Prison Patrol 22. I appreciate that. And hopefully, as you are a very loyal Jets fan for the past 50 seasons, 50 years of your life, they pull out for you, my friend. Teams that have super high paid receivers don't seem to be doing that hot lately. Could it be just that money is spent better elsewhere and teams should be targeting young receivers every 3 to 4 years? Yeah, I mean, luckily, my man, we got one, and his name is Garrett Wilson, so they're just trying to add now. They're not trying to give any wide receiver a gigantic long-term deal like you're referring to. Richie, do you collect football cards? I do not. I wish I did, though. If JSN goes before the Jets, which rookie wide receiver do you want? I don't think they're going to get a receiver in the draft in the first round if it's not going to be JSN. I think they can target a receiver later on, though. We pretty much had OBJ if we were willing to match. I'm all for Sauce recruiting. Facts. You know, Sauce is recruiting OBJ. OBJ wanted to be a Jet, but OBJ obviously put the financial perspective over anything else, and OBJ gave the Jets an opportunity to match what Baltimore Ravens offered him, and the Jets said no. And OBJ's like, all right, guess I'm going to Baltimore. So I'm all for Sauce Gardner continuing his recruiting, baby. Let's go, Sauce. Sauce, bring that recruitment over here. Sauce is down. You should be down. Did MetLife get new turf? Yes, they did. Look at this new turf, folks. I guess some of you guys didn't see it. I'll show you right now. This looks really blurry. That's the new turf on MetLife. It looks a little blurry, but yep, that's it. It looks beautiful. They needed that. They needed that. So that's the new MetLife turf. It's kind of like, I don't know what type of turf it is exactly. Beautiful. All we need is a new stadium now. Facts. I hope JSN is there at 13. If so, my gut is telling me we take him. Me too, man. Are the Jets and Giants logos going to be able to be at the 50? I don't know. Usually, as we all know, it's just the NFL logo. But at the same time, they can do that. The LA Chargers and the LA Rams share a stadium, and they have no issue putting on their logos when they switch it up. So, we'll see. Love the sauce recruitment for D-Hop. Me too, man. I can't wait to see Aaron Rodgers with all his new toys. Facts. I need Aaron Rodgers on this Jets team already, and I got a feeling it's going to take a long time, man. I really do. But Rodgers will be here. I promise that. Does the schedule come out May 11th? I'm not sure of the exact date, but I do know it's in May, so maybe this is true. I don't know. I honestly have no idea when the official schedule comes out, but this could be true. It's definitely in May. I hope they put a Jet logo at midfield during the games. Me too. That'll be fresh. So King Cat says, okay, we're going to get DeAndre Hopkins, and then we're going to win the Super Bowl. All right, he's in. Then we're going to get our own stadium. So let's see what the chat has to say. So 66 of y'all voted, and 71% says yes to DeAndre Hopkins being pursued by the Jets. I find that interesting. Richie, you look tired. I am tired. I'm actually getting over a little bug. I'm like kind of sick right now. A little digestion issue. So if I look tired, my apologies, but I have to go live and talk to you folks, even though I definitely am really tired. Not feeling too well, but it's all good. Sorry that you noticed that. I think it still gets done by the draft. Don't know why the Packers wouldn't want to help Love as much as possible. If they want to wait, I'm so down to use our picks. That's true. That's true. I think that, best case scenario, we don't trade for Rodgers before the draft. We get to use all of our draft picks, and then we trade for Rodgers after the draft. That'd be sick. Hope we don't use that when we play. Get better. Well, that's why we haven't played yet, because I don't feel good at all. But it's all good, man. You'll probably beat me, and congrats. It's going to be a great day watching all the YouTube reactions to Rodgers finally signing. I know, right? Can it happen already? Packers don't like helping their QBs. Facts, they don't. Packers are fools if it doesn't happen before the draft. That's true, man. So David Bakhtiari wants quarterback to not trade AR. Oh, well. There, David. It's happening. It's true. R&R, it will be a wild day. It will be a wild day when Rodgers is officially a Jet, man. It will be lit if JD trades up to get JSN. Best case scenario is they stay put and get him. But we know that the New York Jets, especially Joe Douglas, they are aggressive when it comes to drafting. They've traded up multiple times. They traded back multiple times. So you definitely have to expect the New York Jets to be moving up and down in the draft. For sure. It's great watching all the reactions of any great Jets news. True that, man. And it's also great to see your guys' reaction in the chat, good or bad. Did you see Jake Asman has an Aaron Rodgers jersey already? I did not see that. What number is it? I'm curious. Feels like the Packers are like the Ravens. They win with hard defense and run game. It's why neither one gets their quarterback weapons. Well, luckily we're getting our quarterback weapons. Do you think Jets get Hopkins? My gut tells me no. My gut tells me that they go into the draft and get another wide receiver. But I could be wrong. I'd be open for DeAndre Hopkins. 100%. Right? It's hard to really predict these things. So he did get a Rodgers jersey number 12. Good for him, man. Jake is going to be mad when Rodgers chooses 8. I think he might choose 8. That's awesome, though. Guys, if you're just tuning into the show, do your boy a solid favor and hit that thumbs up button. We got a lot of people tuning into the chat, and it will be a very appreciative if you guys could simply hit that thumbs up button, baby. Let's go. Great hat. They need the Jets' old logo. Throwback uniform. I appreciate that, Phil. Yep, we all love this uniform and this logo. I would love to trade down, grab more picks, and pick Osiris. Yeah, I think trading back is definitely a very, very likely situation. If Rodgers doesn't get traded before the draft, I think we should move up in the draft using a second-round pick that we received to get the top tackle. Also another option. There's so many different things that the Jets could be doing upcoming into the draft. So many. And I think that this is a really good opportunity for them to get creative, man. They're going to get creative, and they're going to figure it out. And it's just a matter of time until we find out ourselves of what the case is going to be, right? I just can't wait for this whole thing to come together. It feels like a long-awaited process of just oh man, when is it going to happen? When will it happen? It's going to happen, right? Nixon 6, Richie. You already know the vibes, Pierre. Come on. You already know that. Shout out to Pete Alonso. Let's go. D-Hop, much better alternative than OBJ. So I know that we had a debate even before OBJ signed with the Ravens. Who should they go after, OBJ or D-Hop? Well, now that OBJ's gone, it seems like a lot of people are all in on D-Hop. 72% of you all have voted in the chat that they want D-Hop. Rich, the old logo fits perfect with the new uniforms. Woody Johnson definitely is aware that the fans hate the new uniforms, so I would hope that he does something about that, right? I'm in Arizona, moved here in 2000. DeAndre Hopkins was a highly anticipated arrival. Sky was the limit. Here we are. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Cardinals are just kind of plummeting as a franchise in terms of Cliff Kingsbury, new coach. They kind of want to get fresh. And I think Hopkins would be a big-time get for this Jets team, man. Cannot wait for the Knicks Cavs series. It's going to be so much fun. Me too, Rico. It's going to be so electric. D-Hop better fit and player if the money is reasonable. Yeah, so he is willing to restructure his contract. He wants to come play for a winner. So I think the Jets are a team that is being looked at as a winner or trying to win. Gotta love the Jets family of fans in here. It's a crazy ride. You know the vibes, baby. Love it. Cardinals are turning into the new Jets. You think so? If we trade for Hopkins, for sure draft offensive tackle, center, and D tackle. Yeah, we got to prioritize the trenches in the draft. No doubt about it. No doubt about that one. Prioritize the trenches in the draft. Sounds like a Super Bowl team to me. Do you hear yourself when you say that? Because it hasn't clicked with me yet. A-Rod and D-Hop would be better than him and Deshaun. Yeah, I mean, D-Hop was so good on the Texans with DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, Deshaun Watson. I mean, it's like Garrett Wilson and DeAndre Hopkins. Bro. Oh, my goodness. I can't even imagine that. What's up, Richie and people? What's up, Mr. McMoney? Welcome to the show, my friend. Rich says 12-5 all day. Does that mean that we're going to the playoffs? Yes, it does. Unknown the GOAT. Richie, what is it with Adam Schefter saying the trade will be done after the draft? He's a phony. Until we don't trade Aaron Rodgers by the second round, I'll start to panic. So I'm assuming this man is a Green Bay Packers fan because of this logo. Listen, man, I really wouldn't put too much into what Adam Schefter has to say, to be honest. He's proving that he doesn't know anything about this whole situation. It's just all speculation. It's all the same things, blah, 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 blah. Just let the process play itself out. The Packers want to get this done just as much as the Jets want to get this done. If the Packers are smart, they trade him before the draft. because I think it's more in their best interest to get draft picks for this season. And I'm sure Packers fans would agree. Wouldn't you guys prefer to get draft picks for this upcoming draft class to build around Jordan Love? J8 Sports is in the chat. What's up, man? Richie, what would it take to get D-Hops, in your opinion? I mean, we saw a rumor like a couple weeks back that it would not cost a lot. That if you're trading for him and not waiting for him to be released, it would be like a 3rd to 4th or 5th round pick because of his contract. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Home games will be insane this year. When is Jets Media Day? So, Jets Media Day will be announced shortly after when the schedule is released. So, we have to wait for the schedule to be released, and then Jets Media Day will be announced. And it's going to be early in the year. So, sometime in September or early October. I can't announce Jets Media Day without the schedule. So, for those of you guys that are not aware of what we're talking about with Jets Media Day, last year was the first ever Jets Media Day. It was week 5 against the Miami Dolphins, where we all went to the game. We all sat together. I hosted an event at MetLife Stadium, and we all had access to the turf after the game. We all tailgated together as well. We all sat together during the game. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to do that all over again this season. So stay tuned in May when we announce it. Jets Dolphins again. I want to do it early in the year so the weather's nice. So if the Jets versus the Dolphins later in the year, it's not going to be that. But if the Jets versus the Dolphins at home within the first couple of weeks, then yeah, do Jets Media Day against Texans home. Again, it's gonna really determine the first part of the schedule. I want it to be early on in the year so the weather's nice. So it could be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, probably, or week 5. What do you think it will cost the Jets to get D-Hop? Floor a 3rd, ceiling a 2nd. I think his contract makes it, we can get him for cheaper. I think we can get him for a 3rd or a 4th, honestly. Jets Media Day should be week 1 if it's Patriots home. If the home opener is week 1, we might have to do a week. Honestly, I don't know. Should I make Jets Media Day the home opener? Or should we do like the second home game? Because I feel like the home opener has its own energy where I kind of don't want to take over that, right? I kind of want Jets Media Day to be like separate from the home opener. I don't know if that makes sense. Is this the season to buy season tickets? Yes, for sure. Beast, number 2, no doubt. Tall and shifty, 0 knock on this if it happens. Don't get me wrong. Any plus that fits our cap is agree. 100%. Do it in October. Yeah, that's my plan. My plan is to do it like the 2nd or 3rd home game is most likely when it's going to be. Because I want to kind of let the season marinate, get a little feel of the team so we can all come together, not week 1. Because opening day has a lot of like weird energy. Weird energy in a good way. It's just like anticipation, just what to expect, right? Richie, who do you like out of the centers? Schmitz, Tippmann, and Weipler. Listen, if the Jets are not going to get Ben Jones, they are definitely drafting one of these 3 folks. No doubt. I like Schmitz a lot. I like him probably the most. But you can sell me on any of these 3 prospects if they do not get Ben Jones. Week 1 will be a madhouse. If it's home, for sure. Once they are 4-0 to start, then do it. Well, we're going to plan it months in advance, so we're not going to know. We'll be 4-0, though, for sure. How do you think Q feels about all the rumors of these expensive players with his extension still not done? I really don't think that the Quinnen Williams... maybe I'm in the minority, but I'm just not expecting the Quinnen Williams contract extension to be done now. I think that's going to happen after the draft. And I think the Jets told him that all the work that we're doing is to build around this team, and we want to extend you. And they've had positive discussions, but they're not focusing in on Quinnen yet, because they have other priorities, like getting Aaron Rodgers here finally, like the NFL draft. What is Jets Media Day? Is it a tailgate event? So yes, basically, again, Jets Media Day, it was the first annual one last year. It is a tailgate event where we all go to a tailgate together. There's going to be a ticket to buy for the tailgate where it's going to be food and drinks and all these fun things. And then we all sit together in the same section. We all watch the game with me and all you guys together. And then after the game, we get access to the turf. We get access to the field. And last year, it was freaking crazy. Actually, if you guys want, since there are some people in the chat that are not aware of what Jets Media Day is, I made a vlog last year of Jets Media Day. So I'm going to put the link here. All right. If you want to see how Jets Media Day went last year, click the link in the chat right there. That was the vlog I made. It was from last year. I vlogged the whole thing where I brought the whole day to life via video. So if you want to check that out, click on that link. Just in case you're interested in seeing what it was like. And it's going to be bigger this year. My man Hennessy was there. JD said they've been talking to Q's agent who will get a contract before training camp. Facts. My man Hennessy was at Jets Media Day. Bro, I need to try to make it to that for real. Hopefully you can make that, Pierre. It's a lot of fun. Richie, I'm your hype man. Oh, yeah. I normally do my own tailgate, but I'll park in this section you'll be at, Richie. Hell yeah. You should get Sauce on this channel. Oh, that would be great. When they get the new turf. They got it. It's done. New turf is here. Surprised you didn't blow out your Achilles. That's hilarious. Last year we got 40 for Jets Media Day. Yep, it was against the Dolphins last year where we beat them 40-17. What an electric game, bro. What an electric freaking game. I'll never forget that, man. I'll never forget it. Hypothetical, if Jalen Carter drops to 13 and whoever your favorite offensive tackle is also at 13, who do you pick? I think offensive tackle, me personally. AFC East Roundtable is tonight. Yes, it is. We need Jets fans loud and proud in the Roundtable tonight, please. I might have to fly up from Florida for Media Day, Richie. Yes, do it. You'll have a lot of time to prepare for that, so you should. It gets announced in May, so you can make the arrangements of your flight and everything. We'll be there for the roundtable. Hell yeah, man. Mr. Forte wants offensive tackle all day. Me too. Me too. Whew. All right, well, I think the Jets should pursue DeAndre Hopkins. Personally, you should too. I'm going to wrap up the show here, guys. Just want to go live for a half hour. I'm going to watch the remainder of the Mets game. And I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. As always, the AFC East Roundtable will be live tonight. So make sure you guys tune into that. We got a lot of other Jets content coming your way, of course, here on Jets Media. So please make sure you hit those thumbs up buttons. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And yeah, man, we got a lot of fun things coming your way in the upcoming next few days. Jake Asman's live right now. So you make sure you guys all check out him. Tell him that I sent you over there. Tell him that Richie says what's up to Jake. And yeah, that's going to be it. Hey, yo, bing bong, go Knicks. Let's go, Knicks, baby. Peace out, man. Take care, people. Take care. Great work, bud. All you Jets fans out there, enjoy the day. Touch some grass. Thanks, Michael. It's a beautiful day out today. Thank you all, man. Love you all. Let's go, Jets. Peace out.